want to do this biofuel research. I'm bored. Maybe I should go watch some TV now. Let's see what's on today. Hello people. Look at your car. Now back at my car. Now back at your car. And back at my car. Sadly, your car isn't as fuel efficient as my car. Your car uses fossil fuels, whereas my car, I use biofuels. Your car creates that air that you're breathing right now, but my car creates that fresh, clean air that I am breathing. Biofuels can reduce up to 99% in CO2 emissions compared to your car. If everyone used 5% more fuel in your car using biofuels, then you would save up to 1 million cars off of Canada's highways. That's over 9,001% in savings. Look at your fossil fuels. Now back at my biofuels. Sadly, your fossil fuels aren't like my biofuels. Your fossil fuels waste energy, like this lamp, whereas my biofuels don't waste energy. Look at your fossil fuels. Now look back at my biofuels. Your fossil fuels are this dirty fuel substance that once it's used, it'll be gone forever. But look at my biofuels. My biofuels contain the everlasting source that comes from the power of Earth. Whoa, that looks suspiciously like me. That's weird. Look at your fossil fuels. Now back at my biofuels. Here I am transporting your fossil fuels, whereas I get my biofuels right here. Don't you see how great biofuels are? I'm Anna Lewis.
This is Daniel Cook on a bike, in a plane, on a farm, playing games with many places and friendly faces. We'll have lots of fun with Daniel Cook.
Hi, my name is Daniel Cook, 7 years old. Today we'll be visiting a farm. Follow me. Hey, Billy! So, Billy, what are you shoveling?
Well, you see, Daniel, I'm basically collecting animal waste to power up my farm.
What's animal waste?
Well, it's animal poo, Daniel.
You said poo! Hey, look, it's tiger poo.
Well, you see, Daniel, after we collected the poo from around different farms, we basically put it into a machine that removes all the unwanted things from it.
So now that you have it, what are you gonna do with it?
Well, then we crush it into a fine powder using many different machines. And then after it's in a fine powder, we put 55-degree water into it so that it's a warm, mushy, wet, slushy poo.
Pew! That's gross. Wet poo.
From there, we can collect the methane gas by putting them into anaerobic digestion tanks.
What? What should we call it?
Well, anaerobic digestion tanks are where all the methane gas is stored. Basically, the poo sits there, but the methane rises, and then we store that methane gas in different tanks. Do you know why methane is such a great gas? Well, firstly, it's high burning and it's highly flammable. Second of all, it's really clean when it burns. And then lastly, it's really, really renewable and you can access it in many different places. That's why methane is such a great fuel.
Wow, thanks, Farmer Billy. Now I know that animal waste and garbage can be used as a fuel, too.
What? Even Treehouse is talking about biofuels?
Hey guys, and welcome to Cooking with Biofuels. Today we will be cooking with corn and sugarcane. We will be making this amazing recipe called the Mystery Yellow Mush. This pre-cut corn and you dump it in this bowl. Okay, you can add some spices to it. just to make it more appetizing. Did you know you could also use corn as fuel? Yep. Corn could be taken into factories and then they're put into large, giant tanks. And in the tanks, they add enzymes to the corn where they are converting corn sugars into fuel called ethanol. Okay, now I'm gonna go get the sugar cane for our awesome yellow mush recipe. Okay, you put the sugar cane in the bowl. The sugar cane was boiled at a temperature I'm not gonna tell you what. Did you know that sugar cane could also be used to make biofuels? Sugar cane can actually make twice the amount of ethanol than corn. Sugar cane makes 750 gallons of ethanol per every acre, while corn only makes 350 gallons per acre. Okay, now you put the sugar cane in the big bowl with the corn. Like sugar cane reduces the amount of imported fuel in many countries. Although ethanol seems like the perfect fuel, it has a lot of disadvantages. Ethanol condenses easily in the winter and increases fuel consumption. A lot of energy is required to process the plants into ethanol, and ethanol actually produces twice the amount of nitrous oxide compared to fossil fuels. Now let's add this sauce.
This program is brought to you in part by...
Buy your algae fuel today, and you will receive a complimentary 1-liter starter tank of your very own algae. They are easy to take care of and grow super fast. They are a potential source of biodiesel. They are cleaner and better than your regular earth-depreciating gasoline. Call now and you will receive free shipping and handling. Terms and conditions may apply. Algae fuel is highly costly and requires a lot of energy. We are not responsible for any health issues from chemical reactions using hexane solvents. Extracting oil from algae is highly challenging. All equipment, chemicals, and tools to extract oils from the algae to be used as fuels are not included. Batteries not included.
Since sugarcane and corn could also be used as ethanol fuel, there's also a lot of disadvantages with this fuel. The energy required to process these plants into fuel is nearly equal the energy gained from the fuel. So there's nothing really, it's not really productive. And it is very hard to use ethanol fuel in winter because of the cold weather. The fuel condenses, so you actually have to use more fuel in the winter. And since in Canada it's nearly cold the whole year round. Ethanol also produces twice the amount of nitrous oxide than fossil fuels, and although ethanol is cheap to acquire, it's very expensive to process. Unfortunately, another disadvantage with ethanol is that it may also compete as a food source. Farmers may start growing crops dedicated to making fuel instead of growing crops for food. And now, as a finishing touch, let's add some ketchup. So you just squeeze it over the whole bowl. Just squeeze it. And voila, you have your mystery yellow mush. Now you could go make it yourself and feed it to the person you like best.
Why are all the channels about biofuels today?
Hello, I'm Bobby Alfie, and this is my daily life. X is for swimming, M is for multiplying, A is for all my family. L is for little me, let's have fun together, down in the deep blue sea. Smile! This is the deep blue sea. True, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
Bob the algae only lived for 1 day before being compressed to oil. His people's noble sacrifice produced 5,000 gallons of biofuel for every acre of cultivated algae. In the future, more and more algae will contribute to clean and renewable energy that will power our cars and society.
Whoa, this will really help me with my biofuel homework. Look. Finished all my biology homework.
This is just a blank sheet of paper.
What? You saying everything was just a dream?